Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. So after the international break, we're back with another FPL Council, and I welcome everybody. We've had a break. We've had quite a kind of tumultuous international break in which we've got lots of news about Brazil not letting their players play in the Premier League, and Lukaku being injured, DCL being injured, Ronaldo, being able to get listed and play for United, and very exciting times for United fans, by the way. And you know, it's just that I think the FPL community is absolutely divided in the center as to whether they want Ronaldo or they don't want Ronaldo. For my team, guys, I haven't made any transfers at the moment. I did not touch my team actually. I was just chilling out, relaxing. Didn't think about my team. Didn't tinker. Didn't even touch. The thought about wildcarding didn't even touch me. So I was pretty happy with how my team was, and I had 2 free transfers. I've got 1.7 million in the bank. I didn't feel the need to wildcard. Sushant says time to bring in Ronaldo straight away. To be honest with you, as I just said, Sushant, the FPL community is absolutely divided right now. There's no one right answer to this. But I'd say, if you're feeling that Ronaldo is gonna do well, or you just have the feeling that you should have Ronaldo in your team, I think this is the time to go for him, because once he performs, he does well in one game, scores maybe 1 goal, 1 assist, a couple of goals, everybody's going to be looking to bring in Ronaldo. So what better time to bring Ronaldo in than him playing in front of the Old Trafford crowd against Newcastle? I think it's the perfect time. If you want Ronaldo, I think this is the time that you kind of bring him in. For my team, as I just said, I haven't made any transfers. I've just waited patiently, and I know what I'm gonna do with my team, but I haven't made any transfers, or even because I wanted to listen to the press conferences. For example, I just wanna talk a little bit about my team, and then I'll get to answering your questions. Yeah, so what way I have to get Ronaldo into my team is I have to let go of Bruno Fernandes, and then I've got to replace Danny Ings or Ivan Toney, but I don't want to replace Toney because I might as well keep Toney and get some cash in the bank. So see, if I get Ronaldo here, I've got 9.2 million in the bank, and I can the players which I want to bring in. I've got 2 options here. I've got the option. In fact, I've got 3 options, to be honest with you. I've got Greenwood here. I can simply go for Greenwood and go all in on United and Liverpool. The other option I have is to bring in another player which I really like a lot is Ferran Torres. And the third option which I have is a little bit complicated because I'm gonna have to take a -4 for that, is to bring in Jota and to get rid of Simicas, and to bring in somebody like Regulon or somebody else, whoever I want, maybe even James, and put him on the bench for maybe one game. But let's just, for the sake of discussion, let's just put Regulon in here. So these are my 3 transfer options at the moment, which I'm thinking about. Maybe it's just Greenwood and Ronaldo, maybe it's Jota and Ronaldo, or it could be Ferran Torres and Ronaldo. In the last case, if I want to get Jota, I'll have to get rid of Simicas. So that's a bit of a shame, because there are rumors that Simicas might even get a start in Gameweek 4. So these are my 3 options, and I have not finalized my transfer. So there's nothing much to kind of talk about. Also, there are rumors that Rafinha might miss the game due to Brazil kind of imposing a 5-day ban on the players which didn't join them for the international games. But to be honest with you, even if Rafinha doesn't play, or if he does play, I don't see the point of transferring him out, because if you see his fixtures after the Liverpool game, I mean, even if he did play in this fixture, how much do you expect him to get? 5, 2, 3 points? Doesn't make a difference. But you look at this. This is what we have Rafinha for: Newcastle, West Ham, Watford, Southampton, Wolves, Norwich. I mean, this is a crazy set of fixtures. And just because he's not playing one game, I don't want to get rid of him. So for me, Rafinha sticks. If he doesn't play, I'm just gonna play 4 defenders and gonna play a 4-3-3. You know, if he does play, then I'm gonna play a 3-4-3. But Rafinha is going nowhere from my team. That is something. So Tsimikas falling in value, you know, was a little bit, you know, it hurt me a bit. If I, you know, finally go with Jota and have to get rid of Tsimikas, that would be a hit of -4 plus 0.1 million. So that's where I'm at with my team at the moment. No wildcard for me this, you know, this week, and the thought didn't even cross my mind. For me, the wildcard is gonna be in game week 7. So that's where I'm at with my team. Marius says, I like Sarr, he could be an option too. Yeah, I mean, Ismaila Sarr is definitely a good option. And I do like the, you know, I do like the fixtures of Ismaila Sarr actually. Just let me put him in my team so that you can see. I mean, if I get Ismaila Sarr, I'll have... The thing is, if I get Sarr, that enables me to get DCL next week. You know, if I get, for example, if I go for Sarr and Ronaldo, this game week, right? It gives me enough to get Dominic Calvert-Lewin next week, which I cannot if I go for Greenwood or Jota. I cannot get DCL next week. So if I go for somebody like Ismaila Sarr, it enables me to go for somebody like DCL, which I am very much interested in. You know, so that is something which I have to consider. You know, but Greenwood has hurt me a lot. Not owning Greenwood has, you know, dented my team, the prospects of my team in the first 3 game weeks. But I'm happy with the start, you know. Nothing to complain about, by the way. Aaron says, if you had to bring Wolves players in, who would they be? Yeah, that's a very interesting question actually. Let me just go to the Wolves team, and to be honest with you, in defense, I'll actually just put them here for you to see. Obviously, the keeper, you're all aware, Salah is their keeper. If I had to bring in a Wolves defender, it would be Nelson Semedo. If I had to bring in a Wolves midfielder, it would be Traore. And if I had to bring in a striker, it would be Jimenez. Pretty clear on which Wolves players I want to go for. So, you know, very much clear on every position. If I go for a Wolves player, I'll go for Semedo as my defender, I'll go for Traore as my midfielder, and I might go for Jimenez as my striker if need be, you know. So these are my preferred Wolves options, and I like them a lot, except that Traore is you know, not a good finisher, and he's missed so many chances in the past couple of game weeks, you know. That just puts me off Traore a bit, but their fixtures are tasty. I mean, you know, I can see why so many people on their wildcards are going for Wolves players. Watford, Brentford, Southampton, Newcastle. I mean, this is a tasty set of fixtures, guys. So, you know, up to game week 14, you just go with the Wolves players, you know, and then after that, you just go for a United player. It's as simple as that. But these are my preferred options, so just in case. Alright. FPL Jug, welcome my friend. He says, my plan is to get Rafinha regardless. If I have to bench him this game week and get CR. Yeah, my friend, I think Rafinha is a really good option, and your plan is right. I think the best fixtures in the upcoming game weeks are going to be for Wolves and Leeds. So, you know, I think getting Rafinha is the right play. Even if he you know, gets benched, or even if he does play against Liverpool, I don't expect him to do too much. I think Liverpool is going to be too strong for Leeds in this game week. He says I'll have to play Brownhill. You see, Jugs, there's two ways to play this game. Either you plan for the long term and take a hit in a certain game week, or you play for the short term and then you consider, you know, the best options for the upcoming 1 or 2 game weeks, and don't worry about your team after like maybe 4 or 5 game weeks, you know. So who are you going to get Rafinha in place of? And that is also important. I would like to know that. Harry says 8k in the world. That's a great start for you, Harry, and I hope you keep going, my friend. He says -4 for Jota and Ronaldo. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I have nothing against that. The thing is, I was reading to Klopp's, reading Klopp's comments in the press conference. The thing is, the only thing I'm concerned about is that I do not know how long Firmino is out for. If Firmino is out for like maybe 4 weeks, I'd say definitely go for Jota. I'd say there's nothing stopping you then. If Firmino is out for maybe a couple of weeks, then it might be a problem, right? So in my opinion, we need to kind of, if we have to go for Jota, we need to be sure that he plays in the next 3 game weeks at least, because many people are going to wildcard in game week 7, right? So the next 3 game weeks are very important for us to kind of see, because Klopp did not say how long. He said Firmino is injured, but he didn't say how long he's going to be out for. Ishtiaq says even if you don't bring in Ronaldo, he will affect Fernandes points due to taking penalties. Yeah, totally. Does it make sense to get rid of Fernandes for this reason? To be honest with you, if we take penalties out of Bruno Fernandes' game, it doesn't make him a very attractive asset at 12 million. I have to say this, although I was in love with Bruno Fernandes as an FPL asset, and I couldn't even think of kind of, making my FPL team without Bruno. But Bruno Fernandes minus penalties is not an attractive proposition for FPL. This is all I want to say about that. So Sushant says Ings plus Bruno to Ronaldo plus Torres or Jota. This is exactly the same moves that I'm thinking about, Sushant. He says, I already have Greenwood, Benrahma in my team, but both seem like rotation risks. I don't think Benrahma is a rotation risk at all, my friend. I think Benrahma should be fine. Even if Nikola Vlasic starts for West Ham, it won't affect Benrahma. He's played so well. I mean, why would he not play? Greenwood, he's doing so well in that United team. I don't think that he's a rotation risk as long as he doesn't have a bad game or two. I think he should be pretty safe, especially with Martial not doing too much and Rashford still out. Mario says, isn't Greenwood a rotation risk? I don't think so. Ronaldo is not going to play in the same position as Greenwood. Greenwood basically plays on the right flank or he plays as a striker. Ronaldo is going to either play on the left wing or as a striker. So I think Greenwood should be fine in my opinion. It's a bit tough. I think Sancho, Greenwood and Ronaldo are the ones who are likely to start. Maybe Cavani and Martial on the bench. I think Ronaldo is mutually exclusive with Cavani. I think it would be hard unless they're playing, obviously Newcastle isn't the strongest of opposition then, and I understand that. So maybe they can play a double pivot or 2 strikers up front, maybe in a 4-4-2, but it's all just speculation, right? I don't know how they're going to line up, but in my opinion, if anybody loses his place to Ronaldo, I think it's Cavani or Martial, not Greenwood. Excuse me. Barry says thinking of removing Salah for Jota and Richarlison for Cristiano. Don't want to get Bruno out till 7-8 wildcard. I mean, Barry, if you want to go for Ronaldo, my friend, I really suggest you to keep Salah in your team. The reason why I say this is United's fixtures are okay. I mean, the next 3 are alright, like Newcastle and Aston Villa, they're the decent fixtures. West Ham is obviously going to be a tough one, but then if you look at Salah's fixtures, I think they're fabulous, and Crystal Palace, Brentford, Leeds. I mean, I know Leeds is traditionally been a difficult team, especially at Elland Road, but I'd say if I had to choose one out of Salah and Bruno, I'd go for Salah. I'd keep Salah and I'll sell Bruno, especially because you're getting Ronaldo. I think it's putting too many eggs in the United basket. I think it's gonna become a little heavier, in my opinion. Excuse me. Rafinha in for Bruno and CR for Ings. Yeah, I mean, Jugs, that's pretty good, I'd say, right? Pretty decent moves to make, I think. I like those moves. Harry says, yeah, the Firmino news is big. If he's not out, I'll go Mount or Sar. I think Mount is a player which I'm targeting for Game Week 7. I'd possibly, he's like kind of that mid-priced, really good asset which is not going to score big points, but he's going to keep taking over with those 5s and 6s and 7s. So I like Mount a lot as well. Not in the next 3 game weeks, but after that. Raghav says, hi Wiz, bench Ben White or Rafinha? Oh, that's a tough one. To be honest with you, Raghav, I think this decision might be made for you if the news which is coming out of Brazil is true. They're saying Rafinha might not be eligible to play in Game Week 4, so maybe that decision would be made for you. But if Rafinha is eligible to play, I'd still play Rafinha over Ben White. The thing is, Ben White, the only thing which Ben White can give you is clean sheets. I don't think he has an attacking threat from corners or, set pieces. So I always prefer the attacker over the defender. So I'd say Rafinha if both are playing. If Rafinha doesn't play, then you already have your answer. By the way, guys, as you already know, all my streams this season, they're sponsored by a Fantasy Football Fix. And if you want me to compare any two players, you have any dilemmas, whether to go for maybe somebody like Greenwood or Jota, or if you have any questions related to that, just let me know. I'll go to the Fantasy Football Fix website and I'll compare the players on the screen just for your viewing pleasure. So just let me know if you have any questions pertinently related to comparison of two players. I don't know why my chat is lagging. I can see the comments on the screen. I don't know. Hang on, guys. Let me check. Yeah, I think my chat is not getting updated for some reason. Weird reason, by the way. Let me see, guys, if I can fix it. I'm sorry. Just a second. Let me try and... I don't know. This chat box always gives me a headache. I think I should just remove it. Sorry guys, just a second. I'm trying to, while I try to fix my chat box. Is it working now? Yeah, hopefully it is. Alrighty guys. So Mario says, do you think Tsimikas will start? The thing is, Robertson has how many games does he have, Robertson? Let me just check for you. I think he has 3 games this week, and he's already started 2 games out of the 3, and he's expected to start the 3rd one as well. So I think there is a big chance. I mean, if he plays 3 games in a week, I think there is a strong chance that Tsimikas does get a look in, right? Let me just give me a second. Let me see. Yeah, there you go, Scotland. Yep, Scotland won. And what did Kieran Tierney do? Nothing. All right. So yeah, so you see Andrew Robertson, he started and he played 90 minutes again. So you see, I'm a little bit worried about Robertson. He played 90 minutes and three games in a week, playing the entire game, not even getting subbed off. It's a little bit tricky, and I think Tsimikas could get a shout, and that is why I'm reluctant to kind of remove him on in order to get Jota, because if Tsimikas starts against Leeds, a 4 million defender, getting 3 games out of 4 is going to be an absolute blessing. So let's hope Tsimikas does get a game, my friend. We need it, especially if Rafinha is out. I definitely need it for my team. Aaron says, should I get Saka or Tierney in my team? Arsenal fixtures look good, but you think I should trust? I personally would recommend you to get, if you want to get one Arsenal player, the only one which I would consider is Tierney or Saka. They're the only 2 players which I would consider from Tierney and Ben White. Not even Bukayo Saka. I think there are other better options in the same price bracket as compared to Saka. So I'd say Kieran Tierney or Ben White. These are the only 2 players which you should be considering. Ben White should be mostly your bench player, like only bring him in for maybe the Norwich game or the Watford game or the easier games, right? Otherwise, if you want Kieran Tierney, I think that's your best bet from Arsenal. Right now Arsenal are not in the best place. If you have a look at the league table, we're basically bottom and haven't won any of the games and haven't scored any goals. So I can understand your apprehensions, my friend. I am Sully says, hey Wiz, hey my friend, I hope you're fine. Raja, I hope you're fine. Welcome to the stream, guys. And Lukaku's still out because he's my captain. Owned. The thing is, I don't think Lukaku is going to be out. He had a basically a thigh strain or something like that, but I'm pretty sure that he's going to be fine. He had to go for a scan before he flew back to Chelsea. So that was the latest news, that he had to go for a thigh scan in Belgium before flying back to Italy, flying back to Chelsea. So hopefully he's going to be fine. We don't have any update at the moment. Let me check if I do have any updates, but I think not. I think the Tuchel press conference would reveal more. To be honest with you guys, this game week is not the game week to make early transfers. You should hold your transfers till Saturday. You know, after all the press conferences, after, you know, you had the most information that you can collect, only make your transfers after that, because I think this is going to be important for the upcoming weeks, this transfer that you make. You know, so be very patient, I'd say, with your transfers this game week. That would be my advice. So give me a sec. So basically, guys, this was all about my team. Just let me show you real quick my Game Week 3 score. Alright. So I got like 62 points in Game Week 3. Not too bad and not too good. The good thing was that Tony finally scored a goal, and Antonio did really well. You know, my captain giving me 22 points. My transfer this week was Harvey Barnes to Benrahma, which really didn't work out. I probably in hindsight should have gone for Greenwood, but you know, these decisions are maybe sometimes like 50-50. They don't always go your way, but I'm pretty happy with the overall structure of my team. Aaron says I'm on a wild card and not sure which goalkeeper to go for. If I was on a wild card, my friend, I would think about going for maybe, you know, I think the Watford goalkeeper is a really good shout in the 4.5 million categories, like Daniel Bachmann. The Wolves goalkeeper is also a really good shout in Jose Sa. I really like the look of him and their fixtures and the way they defended against Tottenham, the way they defended against Manchester United. I think against the weaker teams, Wolves are going to keep a few clean sheets. And in the 5.5 million range, I like the look of Hugo Lloris and maybe Nick Pope. So those are the ones which I really like in every price range. There's no 4 million playing goalkeeper, so there's no point in discussing them. So I'd say 4.5 million, you either go for maybe Daniel Bachmann, or you could think about going for maybe, you know, Sanchez, or maybe even the Brentford goalkeeper is pretty decent because they've shown that they can defend, right? So yeah, these are my options. Other than that, which other goalkeeper is good? I know people have been talking about Pickford on Twitter as well, but I really don't want to go there. It's just so erratic at the moment. Not sure how Everton are gonna develop under Fal Benitez, so wait and watch. But in my opinion, on your wild card, I think maybe Jose Sa is good, or the Watford goalkeeper is pretty good as well. FPL Jug says Jose Sa, yeah. I hope what did I say wrong, my friend? Jose Sa, that's his name, right? Yeah, that's his name, bro. It's called Jose Sa. So hopefully I got it right. Michael says, hey Wiz. Hey Michael, welcome my friend. Commenter says, hey bro, I'm currently top 8k. I'm taking Bruno out for the next game weekend. My budget is 6.4 million. I'm splitting between bringing Benrahma, Traore, Sarr or Gray. Out of those, my friend, I'd say I prefer Sarr. I honestly think Watford fixtures are really good. I'm not so much sold on Demarai Gray. I know he scored a goal and all those things, but I just don't think that it's Gray is going to sustain his performances. So out of the remaining Benrahma, Traore and Sarr, I mean Benrahma is obviously the go-to player because of his performances in the first 2 game weeks, but the fixtures, especially if you're wildcarding in game week 7, Leeds away, Southampton away, Manchester United home. Maybe not the best, and he's not the talisman of this team. You know, Ismaila Sarr, on the other hand, is the talisman of this Watford team. So, in my opinion, Ismaila Sarr is one of the best options. I'd like to say Adama Traore, but he's just not. His finishing is just not up to the mark. And the fixtures are good. Newcastle home, Norwich, Wolves. All right, maybe not the best, but Norwich and Newcastle are good fixtures for Ismaila Sarr. I'd say. So out of those, I'd say Benrahma number 1 just because of his high ownership. So you know, otherwise I'd say Sarr. Michael says I've 1.8 million in the bank, 2 free transfers. Ings and Greenwood, Son out for Ronaldo. Who else? Ings and Greenwood, or Son out for Ronaldo. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't sell Greenwood or Son, my friend. I think they're both holds. I know there's like injury rumors about Son being out or being injured during international break, but unless I'm 100% sure that Son is out, I wouldn't sell Greenwood or Son. If you have maybe Fernandes, then he is who I'd possibly sell. If not, then maybe sell somebody like Ivan Toney if you have him. If you tell me your team, Michael, I think I'd be better placed to help you. Hey Todd, welcome my friend. He says Sa is Portuguese, so his name is probably pronounced Jose. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I'm gonna try and figure out the pronunciation. Jose Sa. That's pretty. Sounds pretty right. Aaron says Sarr over Traore. Aaron, I told you, I mean, Traore has been he's done everything right except his finishing. He is absolutely atrocious, you know. I assume, you know, his misses are going to go down in the FPL folklore because, you know, it's just, he creates the chances for himself. He runs the channels. Everything he does right, but then he can't finish. I don't know how you mend that, because, you know, he does everything right except he doesn't know how to finish. That is the reason I said Sarr, because Sarr is the talisman of that Watford team. Traore is not the talisman of Wolves. FPL Jack says, is Rafinha ineligible to play? You'll have to play Gilmore. I'm banking on Tsimikas starting, my friend. In case Tsimikas starts, actually let me actually go to pick team. That would be better. So this is what I'm kind of thinking about. If Rafinha is not eligible to play, I hope Tsimikas plays, you know, then I'll just put Tsimikas in here and it would be fine, right? I think it should be alright. Because, oops, what did I just do wrong? I'm sorry guys. I think I messed something up. Give me a second. I don't know why I don't have the permission to change my own team, by the way. Just give me a second, let me fix this up. Fantasy Premier League just logged me out for some reason. Strange. Sorry guys for this technical glitch, I'd say. Give me a second. Try and fix this. That is the reason I always say the Othang Stone was much better than this. Let me see if I have it fixed. Yeah. So basically, you know, what I can do is I can just, you know, take out Rafinha. In case he doesn't play, Tsimikas can come in and I can save my team hopefully now. Yeah. So Rafinha can be on the bench even if he doesn't play this game week, because I just like this fixtures so much that Rafinha is going nowhere from my team anyway. Newcastle, West Ham, Watford, Southampton. I just, you know, so this looks like a decent team to me. You know, of course, Fernandes is going to become Greenwood maybe, or Jota, and Ings is going to become Ronaldo. I think this team looks pretty solid, you know, and I'm happy with the news that Ben White is fit. For Arsenal fans, the news is pretty good because Ben White is fit again, Thomas Partey is fit again, and Gabriel Magalhaes is fit again. So I think they're going to be a solid unit against Norwich, hopefully, my friend. Aman says, "Yo, bro, how's your day been?" All good, Aman. I hope you've been fine too, my friend. Your team is Sanchez, Trent, Reguilon, Shaw. I like that a lot. Salah, Benrahma, Bruno, and Barnes. You still have got Barnes, bro. DCL, Tony, and Ings. Don't know whether to wildcard. I don't think you need to wildcard, honestly, my friend. You can just get rid of Bruno Fernandes and change Ings to Ronaldo, and that would be the team which most wildcarders would be close to anyway. I don't think you need to wildcard him. And Neil says, "Hey Wiz, hey Nihal, welcome, my friend." Raghav says, "Hey Wiz, your thoughts on Kane?" Raghav, if I was you, I'd possibly sell him for Ronaldo. I don't think Kane is right in his head. Like mentally, I don't think he's up there at the moment. He's not up to speed. Maybe physically he's fine, but mentally he doesn't look fine. So in my opinion, I'd sell him for Ronaldo. Todd says, "Aaron, I am considering an unpopular keeper strategy. Rotating Sanchez and backman. I think it may work better than spending 5 on a keeper and having non-playing backup." Todd, this never ends well, to be honest with you. I've personally tried this in a few seasons ago, and the thing is, one, it gives you a selection headache every game week in order, if one keeper, for example, against a difficult team, if maybe backman keeps a clean sheet, the next game week, Sanchez has an easier fixture, but backman kept a clean sheet against a tougher opposition, and then it's an unnecessary headache for you every week. That's just my personal opinion, by the way, but I always prefer to go with one playing keeper, bro. Nahal says, moves planned: Bruno, Barnes, Ings out to Jota, Ronaldo, and Greenwood for a -4. Yeah, I like those moves, Nehal. I really do like those moves. I'm not sure about which one to select out of Varane and Greenwood. As you already know, Varane is a bit of a rotation risk. He played I think 3 games for Spain. Did he start in the third one? I'm sorry, I need to check. He did play 2 games, by the way. I don't know. The third game was supposed to be today. Today? No, yesterday. Actually scored a goal. He did start, by the way, and he played full 90 minutes. I would be a little bit concerned about Ferran Torres, to be honest with you. They've got Champions League, they've got Carabao Cup, and they've got 2 Premier League games. I would be a little concerned about Ferran. I've been thinking about getting him into my team as well, but the 3 games in 1 week, I think it's a bit much, and maybe Pep can rest him, especially with Gabriel Jesus, Sterling, and he's got a few, and Phil Foden and KDB are available now as well. So I think Greenwood, Jota, and Ronaldo would be amazing, Nihal. The only thing is, maybe in game week 6, Firmino comes back and maybe takes a few minutes off Jota, but I don't think that should deter you from your transfer plan, because I like all the 3 players which you're getting in, and I like all the 3 players which you're moving out as well. Seems like a perfect mini wildcard to me, Nihal. I think it's pretty good. Swafa says, Greenwood and DCL or Son and Tony. Greenwood and DCL, Swafa. Greenwood and DCL for me. I think Tony is a player which I am not so confident about in my team either. He did score a goal, but I think Brentford are not the same attacking unit that they were in the Championship. So I would be looking to get rid of Tony as whenever I can for DCL. So for me, I'd say Greenwood and DCL. Barry says, what are your opinion on Dan James? Barry, I don't think Dan James is going to start for Leeds United immediately, because I think he's more he needs more time to kind of adjust to their playing style, especially the way Bielsa kind of coaches his teams. I think it's going to take a while for him to get starts for Leeds United. I'm not even sure where he's going to play. On the right flank, Rafinha plays. Either he's a backup for Rafinha and or he plays on the left wing. I don't think he's going to displace Rafinha. Michael says Sanchez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Tsimikas, Ayling, Duffy, Shaw, Greenwood, Rafinha, Son, Salah, Bissouma, Ings. You've got Greenwood, Rafinha, Son, Salah. You don't have Fernandes, so I understand that point, right? Ings, Wilson, Antonio. So I think that's a pretty decent team right there, my friend. And yeah, I'd see why you want to get rid of Son in order to get in order to get Ronaldo. See, there's only 2 players which you can get rid of in order to get Ronaldo. And that's either Greenwood or Son. And you could even think about getting rid of Trent Alexander-Arnold, which I don't suggest because I think Trent is pretty much a very important player in FPL anyway. So it has to be Greenwood or Son. I think, you know. I think the press conferences of Nuno is going to make it more easier for you. If Son is injured, I think that's the player which you move on. If not, then you possibly move on Greenwood because you're already getting a United player and you already got Shaw, so you got cover for United, and then you'll have a bit of a differential in Son. Not a differential per se, but still a really good player in Son. So let's wait for the press conferences of Nuno and hopefully that'll answer our questions. But I like that team, my friend. I really do. Stephen says, do you think Jimenez is ready to break out? Stephen, let's just see Jimenez stats on Fantasy Football Fix, and it gives me a chance to by the way open the website anyway. So I'm sat here opening the. Right. Oopsie. I don't know where I can find Jimenez. No. How am I supposed to find Jimenez? No. I should have. Alright. Wolves. That should make it easier. Alright, so Jimenez has got what? 12 shots, 1 on target. Let me just open goal threat. Alright, so he's got 11 shots in the box and just 1 on target. He has had 0 big chances. It just seems like Traore is taking away all the chances. You see here? Big chances, 2 in the box, 7. Traore and Jimenez essentially have got similar stats. I think Traore's are better. Only that Jimenez has got 11 shots in the box. XG is 0.65. What's the non-penalty XG? Yeah, I'm sorry. So Trincao and Traore have got better XG than Jimenez. I think Jimenez is a decent option, my friend. But to be honest with you, I just think let me just show you DCL. Calvert-Lewin. You see here. Look at the XG. I mean, he's also on penalties. In addition to that, and the stats. I'd just like to show you the stats of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. In the 11 shots in the box, 7 on target. I mean, in my opinion, it's just no competition between Jimenez and Calvert-Lewin, except that obviously Calvert-Lewin is a bit more expensive. But let's say you compare him to somebody like Callum Wilson. You see here, I'd say even Callum Wilson at the moment, is just doing much better than he scored 2 goals, 4 on target, 7 in the box. I'd say for the same price, my friend, I'd say you have better options. Although I really like Jimenez, I just need to see him score a goal. I need to see him be confident, come back, to the form he was in before, and I'd say then we can consider him, bro. So Todd says, Nehal, I like your -4 plan. I think I would pick Torres. Todd, the thing about Torres is, Torres has started 3 games, bro. I was just a little bit concerned about his minutes because I think Pep does take those into account. If he's played 3 games in the space of 1 week, on international duty, and then they've got this Carabao Cup, they've got Champions League, Pep might decide to rest him, Sam says, hey guys, hey my friend, what's up? Torres is still a good option because he plays the striker role. Who else can play striker? No, that's true, but the thing is, we need to know how much game time is he going to get for City. I don't think he's nailed on by any stretch of imagination. But at 7 million or 7.1 million playing for City, you do not have to be nailed on. Even if he gets like 2 games out of 3, I think we have to be satisfied with that. That's all I have to say. FPL Doug says Tony's days are numbered. I think so too, my friend. I think so as well. Alright. Moan says Varane or Benrahma. I'd say, the thing is, Moan, it's hard to compare the two, Benrahma, I'd say, is been in better form. You know, Varane has basically exploded in the one game against Arsenal, and that the goal which he scored was from a direct error from Cedric Soares, and the other one was fine, you know. But I'd say this website, by the way, was Fantasy Football Fix here. And if anybody wants to try it out, guys, it's free. There's like some free features on the website. If you want to take a subscription, you've got a 65% discount code in my description. So if you use that, it gives me like £5. So yeah, no hidden agendas here. So if you wanna go for the subscription, do it. If not, I think there's plenty of free websites which you can use as well. Michael says, "Thank you, as you're welcome, my friend." Todd says, "I like Jota, but would you consider Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson double up if Firmino comes back into the side, or should be looking?" Todd, to be honest with you, I think this is not the season to be considering Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. You know, I like your thoughts about the Chelsea defense. I think this season Chelsea will be the best defensive team, and you can get their defenders for as low as 5.6 million. I mean, Chilwell, if he comes back into the team, is already 5.7 million. I think is 5.7 million. I think Chelsea defense has real value. I don't think the Liverpool defense, we need to spend so much on the two defenders. Earlier it was a different game, FPL, because we did not have attacking defenders in other teams as potent as Trent and Robertson. This season I feel the Chelsea defense, as tight as they are going to be really, really good value for money. Sam says, "This is paid, well worth it. I use this too." Nice to know, Sam. I think it's pretty. Started using it. I have to be honest, although they are sponsoring all my streams, I've started using it this season and I'm enjoying it a lot. I think it's very helpful, especially with the Opta stats. You can compare the two players. You can, see the price rises, everything in one place. I think it's pretty helpful for me as well. Sam says, "Everton's attack focuses on DCL too, especially now that he's on penalties. I really, really like DCL. So, it just makes it so much easier to go for DCL, because once he's on penalties, and Everton have got like players who can kind of dribble around in the box, win penalties, especially until they've got Richarlison, because he's the one who just kind of wins the penalties. So I'm really, really interested in going for DCL. I wish I had the money to do it. If I go with Greenwood and Ronaldo, I wouldn't have the money to go from Tony to DCL the next week. I'll have to take a hit. But that is what my ideal strike force would be like DCL, Ronaldo and Antonio. Thoughts on Mount? Nehal, I think Mount is a very good option, not so much in the next 3 weeks, but from game week 7 onwards, I think Mount is going to be the perfect glue guy. Absolutely, I think he's going to be nailed on in most of the wildcards. I think many people are going to go for him. The only thing which concerns me about Mount is he taking one defender's spot away from us? What I'm thinking about for my wildcard is the way Chelsea are playing. I might want to double up on their defense. I might want to go for let's say I might want to go for, if Chilwell starts playing, Chilwell. Otherwise, I want to go for Reece James, and maybe couple him with somebody like Christiansen or Rudiger. I think it's going to be so much value in that double defense of Chelsea that I don't think, if I want to go for Lukaku and the double defense, I don't think there's going to be a place for Mason Mount in my team, because I am really, really seriously considering the double defense for my wildcard in game week 7. Let's see how things change until game week 7. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone until game week 7, bro. Mon says, "You're streaming from India, right?" Yes, Mon, I am streaming from India, bro. Koi shak. FPL Jug says, "I am absolutely." Mon says, "Jimenez or DCL is better option." I just showed you the comparison, my friend. In terms of the stats in the first 3 game weeks, there is no comparison between DCL and Jimenez. I think DCL is much better. Jimenez has not had a single big chance, right? Aaron says, "Wiz, how much would you rate my team out of 10? I got Sa and Backman." I haven't read the rest of your team, Aaron. To be honest with you, I would not spend that much on two keepers. Just my opinion, right? But I'll read the rest of your team: Rudiger, Shaw, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ayling, and Semedo. I like that. I like that. Double up on the Wolves defense is good. I think on the basis of their fixtures, I can justify the double up on the defense. But I don't think you need backman to go with Sa. I think a 4 million keeper would be fine. If you want to go for rotating keepers, which I don't suggest, then you at least go for somebody like 4.5 million and 4.5. Spending too much on your bench is not worth it. Rudiger, Shaw. I like Rudiger. I like Reece James more than Rudiger. Reece James is out for one game anyway, so won't make a difference. Reece James is out for one game, right? I have to be sure. But if I was you, I would get Reece James in place of Rudiger. I think whenever he comes back, he's gonna be nailed on, and he has that attacking threat. Hang on, while we were on Fantasy Football Fix, let me show you Reece James's stats. You guys would be just there you go. 3 games, 4 shots, 2 in the box, 1 on target. I think this guy XG of 0.5, and he didn't even play the full 3 games. He just played 158 minutes. He didn't start one game. He came on in the second one, and he played the third one. I think he was sent off in the third one. So he didn't even play the full games, and still has an XG of 0.5. I think he is an amazing asset. 5.6 million is nothing for Reece James. And even Chilwell, I mean, once he starts playing, right? Right. I don't know. Maybe he hasn't played, so he doesn't have the stats. But Chilwell is like 5.7 million right now, so it's just amazing, the value. Look at Lukaku, by the way. 180 minutes, 9 shots in the box, 3 on target. Great value for money. Mason Mount. Nahil was asking about Mason Mount. 7 shots, 2 in the box, 5 from open play. XG is 0.61. Not bad for Mason Mount, but I think I'd have to go with Lukaku and 2 defenders if I go for Chelsea on my wildcard. Time to go back. Hey Buckshot, welcome my friend. I was rating Aaron's team, by the way. He said Sar, Ferran, Jota, Mount, and Gray. I don't like that midfield, bro. I have to be honest with you. I don't like that midfield. I wouldn't go without Salah, bro. Honestly, it's not right. Salah has really good fixtures. He started the season well. I wouldn't go without Salah in any way, shape, or form. I think you're spreading your budget around too much, bro. For example, you've got like 5 playing defenders, 5 like expensive, or you can say you don't have an enabler in your team, bro. And that's not how you should be building your team. You need to have like 2 enablers, maybe 1 4 million defender and 1 4.5 million striker or midfielder, and that is how you should balance your team out. I think this team has so much budget on the bench. I don't recommend that. I would prefer you ship out Gray for maybe somebody like Sissoko and upgrade Jimenez to DCL. That would give you a stronger 11. And I honestly would like to go with Salah. I wouldn't go without Salah at the moment. FPL Duck says I don't believe in any Wolves assets. I think you don't believe in any Wolves assets because they had really difficult fixtures at the start, and they did not do badly in any of them. I mean, they should have beaten United. They should have beaten Tottenham as well. I think Bruno Lage is a good manager. I think he is fantastic the way he's setting them up. I think they're going to be a very, very strong team this season, especially against the weaker teams. Sam says, Wiz, how nailed do you think Christiansen will be at Chelsea? I've got a back 4 of Christiansen, short here. I like their defense. I think Christiansen is nailed on. The way he's playing in that team, I don't think he's going anywhere, my friend. I think Christiansen is going to be nailed on, especially now that they didn't sign Koundé. I don't think Christiansen's going anywhere from the defense. And I like that Tierney pick so much. Wish I had the courage to go for Tierney as well. Mon says I'm in wildcard. Mon, why are you crying? It's a good time to wildcard. I am not saying that it's not a good time to wildcard. I'm just saying that my team is not really different from what it would be on a wildcard. Not substantially different. That is the reason why I'm not wildcarding. But I never said it's not a good time to wildcard. Sometimes you need to upside chase, you know. So wildcard is not always to deal with problems. Sometimes it is to just, you know, push ahead of the rest. He's out 3, says Buckshot. Not sure about the context here, Buckshot. Sam says FPL Jug, why not? How do you think they won't score any goals? No, I think they're gonna be fine, Wolves, in my opinion. Nike says, hey Wiz, quite late to join, seems like ages after the last game week. It does, doesn't it? I've been pretty relaxed, you know. I've focused on, you know, just on different things from FPL. Didn't want to give myself a headache even thinking about a wildcard. Haven't got close to hitting that button. I'm pretty happy with my team, happy with the start of my team. It could have been better if I had gone with Greenwood in place of Harvey Barnes, but that is a story for another day, my friend. So Buckshot says he's out for 3. So that means he's going to miss Aston Villa. He's going to miss the Carabao Cup game and gonna miss a very difficult game anyway. So if I was on a wild card, I would get Reece James and put him on my bench in place of going for Rudiger. I still feel that Reece James is going to be the best value out of the Chelsea defense, unless Chilwell starts playing and he's 5.7 as well. So yeah, thank you so much for the update, Buckshot. Todd says, FPL Jug, I am a Wolves skeptic as well, but I would consider getting Captain Cody. Todd, to be honest with you, if you know, I really think that the one defender that we should get is Semedo. Hang on, I again, you know, need to go back to fix and I need to show you the stats of Semedo. He's been playing so in an advanced role. Here, let me just, total shots. No, I don't think Semedo's got too many shots. Yeah, there you go. So 2 shots, open play 1. I don't think this justifies what I've seen with my eyes. Let me see the expected ones. Semedo has an expected goal of 0. I'm sorry, I don't agree with this. He's played so advanced. I don't know what's going on here, by the way. I don't know, but you know, from the eye test, I've seen their games firsthand. You know, he's just been so advanced. Hang on, let me show you the heat map of Semedo. This doesn't seem right for some reason. You know, my eyes can't betray me, or maybe they did. I don't know. We'll find out. Alright, this is the heat map section of. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just rambling a bit, but I need to, you know, you see here. You look at Semedo here. You look at the heat map, where he's been playing for most of the games. It's just been in such an advanced role, you know. Attempted assists 3, average position obviously. You know, you see here, his average position is in the opponent half, and that's Semedo for you. You know, pretty sure that he's gonna do well. So 1 shots per game, 1.50 attempted assists. You know, so in my opinion, I don't know, just from the eye test, just seemed like hell of a lot involved in the game. But as you can see, the stats are saying differently, by the way. Anyways, Moan says, I'm new to FPL. This is my first season. I'm 55k overall. I have no doubt it's no use of a point scored by bench players. Moan, you're absolutely right. There is no point, you know, unless one of your players in your team, he doesn't play, you know, and then one of your bench players comes inside. Only at that time do your bench players matter, or maybe when you're playing the bench boost chip. Other than that, the points on the bench are just going to give you pain and nothing else. I have Tierney. I just hope he does not have any injury. He's fine, Nihil. He played in the game in the Scotland game. He's fine. I think he's gonna be all right. And I think against teams like Norwich, I think he's playing so advanced. He's bound to get a few attacking points if he gets a clean sheet to go along with that. I think it's like a 12-pointer right there. I wish I had Tierney as well for the Norwich game. Maybe I'm an Arsenal fan, maybe I'm biased, but I just like the look of 4.9 million attacking left back. I just like him a lot. Mohammed says, will be taking a -8 to get in Ronaldo be a good thing, or should I wildcard? Mohammed, the thing is, my friend, you need to tell me which players are you gonna be taking out for that -8, and I will be better placed to kind of give you my answer. By the way, guys, we've got a new member, and it's already a very important member of our FPL Visit community. Todd has just joined as a member, so I welcome you, Todd, and I do encourage you to join our Discord so that we can have more healthy and wholesome discussions, bro. And feel free to send me a message on Discord anytime if you have any doubts or any lingering problems with your team. Todd, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. By the way, Todd is now in the Dumbledore. Yeah, you need to tell me your transfers, my friend Mohammed, and then I'll be able to better place to tell you whether to take a hit or not. Oscar says, okay, so I take a -4 to go Ings, Fernandes to Ronaldo, Torres, or do I one-off Ings to Bamford or DCL? Yeah, I think that many people are confused about the same question, Oscar. It's about your feeling, about your gut instinct. The thing is, if Ronaldo starts against Newcastle, are you gonna be able to watch that game without like worrying too much? If you don't have Ronaldo in your team, I don't want to miss out on the opportunity. I don't want to miss out on the celebrations of the United fans and celebrating with my FPL family, rather than sitting behind the sofa staring out on the TV expecting Ronaldo to miss all game. And I know that's not going to happen. If United win a penalty and Ronaldo hasn't scored, he takes the penalty. If United win a penalty and Ronaldo's already scored a goal, that is the only case in which he doesn't take that penalty. So in my opinion, I'd say Ronaldo is gonna be scary not owning Ronaldo, bro. I know the logical option is to go for Bamford or DCL, and I agree with you. It's the same for me. I could go for DCL, from Ings to DCL, and I'll be happy, but I just want in on the Ronaldo bus just for now. Thanks, Wiz, for the tomato lesson. He's only 0.4 more than Cody. Todd, absolutely, and I just want to tell you, I've watched all the games. He's just seemed so aggressive and so advanced. The stats are not doing justice. The eye test has been much more in favor of Semedo. Michael says, if I go Ings out for Ronaldo and Allen in for Greenwood, I'll have exactly enough for Bamford in for Wilson in game week 5. Michael, that's assuming that Bamford doesn't rise in price, right? I think that you're giving yourself too much to do, and in the process you are getting a player in Allen, which I don't think is the best option. I know he's an enabler, but I still expect you to kind of do better. And while you are saving money for Bamford, and how can we say that, especially with people playing wildcards all around, how can we say that Bamford's not going to rise before you actually get him in? Actually, let's go to Fix. Fix website is getting a lot of work today, innit, guys? Price change predictor. Show us what my crystal ball. Show them all. Where is Bamford? Right. Let's not waste any time. Oh, word. Bamford's not even close to rising. He's actually close to falling. That is he's closer to falling than he's to rising. Yeah, I guess that can work. Michael, the thing is, I hope, yeah. The only thing is, you have to make that transfer before the deadline of game week 5, you won't be able to wait, because I think if Bamford scores against Liverpool, or even if he doesn't, because of their fixtures, I think Bamford's ownership is going to change drastically after game week 4. So I think you can do it, yeah. By the way, if you want to know who's close to rising, they are saying Ferran Torres is definitely going to rise. Antonio again close to rising, and Allen. So many people, just like Michael, are going for Allen. I think many people are preferring the 4.5 million midfielder. If I was you, I would go for Musa Sissoko from Watford. But Adam Armstrong's, I think maybe is going to get pretty close. Rising. Laporte, Demari Gray, close as well. None of the others. Jota is still far away. Traore, Ayling, Williams, United. Brandon Williams is close too. But that's for another day. For now, we just got Ferran Torres, Antonio, and Allen. Let's see my squad in it. More players close to falling than rising. Never a good sign, is it, guys? Fernandes close to fall. Fernandes negative, Ings negative, Rafinha negative, Tony, Ben White. Come on. It's already 4.4. Don't make me do this, guys. Gilmore, Simicas. Yeah, so nobody's really close to falling, actually. It's just Antonio's close to rising. So, a lot of things which we can do here. Don't want to, at the risk of not repeating myself, don't want to say it again and again. Let's go back here. Aku says, is Ronaldo confirmed playing in game week 4? Aku, I think he trained today. And I'm sure he trained today. So I think he's going to play in game week 4. Why not get Aubameyang against Norwich? No thanks, my friend. I think it's it's just a big risk to get Aubameyang. Buckshot says, is Lukaku fit? I'm not sure to swap him for Ronaldo. You don't need to, Buckshot. Lukaku is playing against Aston Villa. So if I was you, I'd very well just keep Lukaku against Aston Villa. He had a bit of a thigh strain, which I'm sure he's going to be alright. I will be taking out Ings and Bruno. I already brought in Gray. Yeah, Ings and Bruno is fine, I think, my friend. Then I like that move, The only thing is -8 is a bit much, But if I was you, I would possibly not take a -8 to get Ronaldo, and I'd prefer just replacing Ings with DCL, because I think -8, you have to factor that in as well. You take a -8, you take out Bruno, and you take out Ings, and then the next game which United have is West Ham away is not the easiest. I think Ronaldo's performance is also going to be fixture dependent. Anyways, I need to get a move on, by the way. I wish I could join, as I am from Bhutan. I can't transfer. Mon, no worries, my friend. If you need any information from the website, just hit me up on Twitter, or you can just come to my streams and ask me, and I can compare the players for you. And also, there are many free websites which you can use, so you're totally not required to join the paid websites, right? Use the free features of Fix. You can go to FPL Statistics, and there's many other good websites, bro. So if anybody tells you that you can play FPL without these paid websites, it would be wrong. You can. Mohammed says, yes. You mean Roman Sias also looked good on the eye test. He does, but he's not nailed on, and that is what I'm concerned about. When Willy Bolly comes in, one of those central defenders, maybe Kilman or Conor Cody or Sias, has to drop. Sam says, anybody getting Carson away into the Manchester City defense? Yeah, he did get a game last season. I was pretty weird. No, I think the 4 million goal, you just technically you get the second goalkeeper from the same team when you go for the 4 million. For example, I've got Sanchez and then I've got Steele. So if Sanchez gets injured or gets sent off, at least we get Steele. So yeah. Oscar says, thanks mate, I'm scared taking the risk, but the data points towards a one-off pick from Ings to Bamford being the better points bringing. Yeah, totally, Oscar. The thing is, it's just the feel-good factor, the instinct and the gut versus the logical thing to do, I am currently maybe swayed towards the Ronaldo transfer, Also because I have 2 free transfers and 1.7 million in the bank, so I'm not worried. If somebody is having to take a hit to bring in Ronaldo, I think they would be more concerned than I am at the moment, and I totally understand where you're coming from, by the way. Nahal says, don't break your teams to get Ronaldo, don't fall for shiny toy syndrome. I totally agree with Nahal. If I had one transfer, I would certainly think about going from Inks to DCL and doing the right thing rather than, kind of just going after the crowd. Right now, the thing is, what I don't want to miss out on is that euphoria. The fans in the stadium, Ronaldo scoring, doing the celebration, and me hiding behind that sofa. It doesn't bode well for my blood pressure, for my heart, and for my family life in general. So, I think to keep myself and my mental health positive, I have to get Ronaldo. Maybe not the right reasons, but I think he's going to score against Newcastle. Sorry if I'm scaring you, by the way. It's just my feeling, my gut instinct. Todd says, I have Alan as a bench enabler, so I encourage everyone to buy it. Yeah, that's a good way. I think we can do this, by the way. We've got some Twitter enablers with so many followers. I think they can get a player to rise or fall, if they actually really try it. But yeah, the thing is, the player who is not very highly owned, they fall easily and they rise easily. It's harder with the players which are very heavily owned, like Bruno or Salah. These are the players which don't rise or fall really quickly. The ones which have low ownership have more variance in their deltas. Aku says KDB available. I think he is. Yeah, he did play for Belgium, so I think he is. By the way, I'll just before I make my statement, I need to just confirm. He did play for Belgium, right? KDB, where are you? Right, let me just check. I hope anybody can in the chat can confirm. Did KDB play for Belgium? Did he, guys? I think he is fit, by the way. That's what Pep said in the conference, I think. Marius says, can you show us SARS heat map? Sure, Marius. I would be happy to. Why not? We've got this tool, we need to explore it. Alright, Watford. Ismaila Sarr. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna show Marius SARS heat map. So this is SARS heat map. Basically, it's mostly hugging the flank or making those cutting inside and allowing the right back to kind of overlap. 8 shots. I think 5 are from inside the box. 1 is from really good position. I think Sarr is worth at you see the touches he takes. I think is worth it. It's absolutely worth it. This is the heat map, which I would like him to be a little bit more closer to the box. I'd like to show you his average position as well. You see here, I mean, it's not very different to Semedo, is it? This tells you how far advanced Semedo is playing, by the way. But yeah, this is his heat map. So if you want to see the heat map of any other player, you can tell me and I'll show you. Sam says, I urge you all not to get Ronaldo so we can rise above you. The man has trained, tweeted today, he'll push for a start and is ready, holds more record than the drops in the ocean. Yeah, I know what you mean, my friend. I can't go into this game without Ronaldo. Bar all the logic and stuff. You just, sometimes you have to go with the instinct. Todd says FPL has KDB red flagged. Todd, they just sometimes they're slow in taking off those red flags. Just let me just check it out for you. Kevin De Bruyne. By the way, I use a free website as well, which really helps. It's called SofaScore, and it is really helpful as well. So not only just promoting this. Yeah, he played I'm sorry, Crystal Palace. Tottenham, Manchester. Yeah, I don't think he played. I don't think he played any of the international games. I might be wrong, by the way. I'm just trying to check on SofaScore. This is the World Cup qualification. Alright. 25 March, 28 March. No, he did not play. Nations League, European Championship, World Cup. No, I don't think KDB played. In my opinion, he did not. But I'll double check and tweet it out for you. Just in case he did. KDB did not play for Belgium, was not called up. There you go. Nehal is here. He's the real wizard, guys. Helped us no end. Sam says, Wiz, do you have a league? Could you post the code? If so, I hope everyone here is there too, so we can let points to the talking. Totally, yes, Sam. The league code is here, so you can join it. Hang on. Trinkow's heat map, says FPL Jug. Totally. Yep. I'll open it up for you, Jug. Just give me a second. Let me have a drink of water, and then I'll open Trinkow's heat map. By the way, I just had a traditionally Indian drink before my stream, and it is a hot glass of milk in which we add a spoon of turmeric. In India, it's called haldi, so it's called haldi doodh, and it's very good for your health. It helps you recuperate, especially if you're doing any exercise and stuff. Good for the throat as well. Who would you bring in for Fernandes? If I take the Ronaldo -4, is Torres nailed? Nope, Torres is not nailed on. Greenwood, more nailed on than Torres, but not 100% nailed on. Unless he has a bad performance, I think Greenwood is nailed. Torres is not. Torres played 3 games for Spain. I don't think he's even close to being nailed. So, got Semica, so can't bring in Jota. I'm in the same boat as you are, Oscar. I would love to bring in Jota, but I've got Semicas, and I'm thinking about Greenwood or Torres. I think I'll end up going with Greenwood, by the way. But Nehal says KDB just got into training for Manchester City 2 or 3 days back. So even if KDB is not fully fit, I'd say he might get a few minutes off the bench. But that wouldn't put Torres' position at risk. I think Foden, maybe Sterling are the ones which will eat up into his time more than KDB in the next game week at least. Mon says, sir, price change prediction is free. Yeah, Mon, I think the price change prediction is free, and even if you don't want to go on Fix, there is another website called FPL Statistics. You search on Google for statistics. Yeah, so you search on Google for this website, and it is a free website which gives you all the information for the price changes. So you don't need Fix, but I think Fix is free as well for price changes, so you can use anyone which you want. Mon says, where are you from? I'm here at Roorkee. Well, you're close to me. I'm from Punjab, Mon, so yeah, you're not far away from me. Maybe 4 hours drive, my friend. Sam says, thanks, Wiz. You're welcome, Sam. Harry says, when are you wildcard? I'm gonna wildcard in Game Week 7. Let me show you why. Not here. Not here. Let me show you here. This is why I wildcard in Game Week 7. I'm gonna get 3 Chelsea players after Game Week 6, Southampton, Brentford, Norwich, Newcastle, Burnley, and I will have 2 Chelsea defenders and Lukaku for these games. I think that's the plan right now. Unless something drastic happens and I'll have to change my plan. Currently the plan is to wildcard after Game Week 6 and before that Southampton home game for Chelsea, to target these players, and also to get rid of my United players, because if you see, Chelsea's fixtures turn and so do United's. Look here, Everton, Leicester, Liverpool, Tottenham, City. So in Game Week 7, out go the United boys and in come the Chelsea ones. Chelsea Blues from Game Week 7 and no Reds. That's the plan, bro. Harry says, I'm thinking wildcard after Game Week 7 and the Pool versus City game. Yeah, that's Harry. That's totally up to you, bro. In my opinion, I am going to wildcard before Game Week 7. because Chelsea is gonna play, and if I get Lukaku on my wildcard, I'll have a really good captaincy option. And also Liverpool's fixtures are gonna change, so maybe I'm gonna have to get rid of one or two Liverpool players as well. So yeah, if you're planning ahead, you're fine. You wildcard in game week 7. After game week 7, that's not a problem. At least you're planning for the future, and that's what I like. FPL Jack says, are you planning to get both Lukaku and Ronaldo? No, my friend. I'm never going to go with 3 premiums on my team. I think it makes your team too destable. That is why I always go with two premiums. Todd says his smelly rabbit. Okay, I hope so, my friend. I don't know. He didn't come on the stream today. I think he's gonna be all right. Maybe it's just he's busy or something. Smelly Wab, if you listen to this stream after we've done streaming, just leave us a message. Our fellow wizard Todd is concerned that you did not come to the council of the wizards, and sometimes your opinions are required. And by the way, what's your color? I prefer to be gray. You know why, right? My color is gray. You guys can take any color you want, right? My color is gray. I never liked Gandalf the White as much as Gandalf the Grey. Just rung a bell when I was reading Lord of the Rings. Peter isn't here too. Peter doesn't join all the streams. FPL Jug, he he comes on and off. So with Peter, I think it is always like that. Mon says, when is the best time to bench boost? If you want to bench boost, I think mostly people bench boost in the double game week when all the players have 2 fixtures. That is naturally the good time, to bench boost. It's called a double game week. Oscar says, I think I'm going to take the Ronaldo hit. By the way, Oscar, whether you want to take a hit or not is totally subjective, right? But don't make any transfers until Saturday. You need to hear Solskjaer's press conference. Sometimes, Solskjaer gives things away in his press conferences. So you need to listen to that press conference. You need to know all the news and then make that decision right before the deadline. Don't make early transfers in this game week. That's all I would like to say to all of you. When will we get an Indian player in the Premier League? Harry, I think it's tough. I think Indian football is not as not even close to that level in which we should get a Premier League player. Also, I think the conditions in India are not so conducive for playing football. It's just hot and humid most all the year around. It's hard to kind of get to the same level as the English player. I wish we do, by the way. I would be the happiest person if that happens. But Indian football is not just at that particular level. Oscar says, but then I'm worried about bringing Bamford in the next week. What a headache. Oscar, the thing is, if you get a good score this game week, I think automatically it'll help you kind of make the decision next week. But if I was you, I would out of Leeds United, I would prefer going for Rafinha. He's cheaper and he can give you similar returns as compared to Bamford. So if you go for Ronaldo, I would along with that I would go with Rafinha. Oscar says, cheers for the stream. My other channel that subbed couldn't send messages in the chat. I'm sorry if you had to face a problem, my friend, but thank you so much. Cheers as well. Ashley says, if I don't get Ronaldo, am I okay with? Ashley, you see, as I always say, there's no essentials in this game. You can play this game without, for example, last season the number 1 player didn't get Trent Alexander-Arnold for the longest duration. It doesn't, no player is like essential in the game. The only reason why I'm going with Ronaldo or thinking about going with Ronaldo is because it's just the euphoria, the feeling, and I want to have those memories when Ronaldo scores. I own him. I don't want to be scared hiding behind my sofa and thinking, damn, why didn't I go for Ronaldo when my heart is telling me that he's going to score versus Newcastle. So sometimes you have to have fun in this, or listen to your heart. Aku says bench boost is best in the double game week. Totally. But actually, again, I urge you guys not to be influenced by all this, this euphoria and all these other things. If you feel it is logical for you not to go for Ronaldo, you're having to, kind of rip up your entire team to just go for Ronaldo, I'd say leave it. Paul says, hi Wizard, always enjoy your stream. Hope you smash Game Week 4. Good luck to you. Thank you so much, Paul, and good luck to you as well. Thank you so much for your comment. Really means a lot. Harry says, we have a lot of Indians living in England. Eventually one should come through. Totally, my friend. I mean, it's not about ethnicity. It's just that there are so many Indians who just passionately watch the English Premier League, and it would be a dream come true one day if just an Indian player just gets a chance to play there. It would mean so much, Harry, honestly. Mon says, I am in wildcard, and if I have Ronaldo isn't starting, shall I go for Kane for Game Week 4? Mon, I think for this game week, if you're on a wildcard, you should go with Ronaldo. I don't think you should go for Kane. If you are on a wildcard, take the risk. I think you go for Ronaldo. If I was you, I can just tell you my opinion. If I was you, I would go with Ronaldo. Oram says, my team: Sanchez, Trent, Cancelo, Shaw. I like that team a lot. Livramento and Amarte, Dele Alli, Emil Smith-Rowe, Salah, Bruno. Wow, that's a good team for him. Really good. I would love to have Greenwood in there as well, but Ings, DCL, Antonio, 0 in the bank, 2 free transfers. What to do? Take out Bruno Fernandes for Greenwood, and get Ronaldo in place of in place of Ings. That's what I would do. Or if you don't want to do that, then roll, maybe just roll the transfer, or just, maybe, yeah. In my opinion, that's, or otherwise you could do maybe Ings to who? Jimenez? I don't know. If I was you, I'd possibly go Bruno to Greenwood and Ings to Ronaldo. Gohan says Rafinha will probably be banned. Gohan, I know, I've read about the news. It's not clear yet. If Rafinha is banned, so be it. I'll just put him on the bench, stick him on the bench, and maybe play Gilmore, or maybe just play somebody like Ayling. Sometimes you have to write these kind of uncertainties. Soman says, I've got 3 United, 3 Liverpool, 3 West Ham plus Sanchez Dean this week. Is that bad? No, it's not bad at all, my friend. United have a good fixture, so do Liverpool, and so do West Ham United. What is there to worry about, Soman? I would be pretty happy if I was you. FPL Jug says getting CR is justified. Will you captain him to Salah instead against Leeds? No. If I get Cristiano Ronaldo, there is no way I captain Salah. I'd captain Ronaldo. If I don't get Ronaldo, I'd captain Salah. Harry says bench boost is the worst chip. Should change it. What chip ideas you have to replace? I used to like the all-out attack chip. It was interesting, You could play attacking players, all of them. I think the bench boost is a little bit double-edged sword, because if you want to have a successful bench boost, you need 15 good players in your team, right? And once you take the budget and you spread it around the team, it becomes really hard to get a really good playing 11. So bench boost, I think either you play it before you wildcard, or you play it right at the end of the season. I think when you play it without using the wildcard, I mean, if you don't have a plan to kind of get back a strong playing 11, I think it could be a problem. Thoughts on Antonio, captain away to Saints? Nihal, I think he is the third best captaincy option, my friend. I really did consider it, and if you look at my pick team right now, I have my captaincy on him. So if I don't go for Ronaldo, I was considering going with Antonio. He is a really good captaincy option, but I think we're all gonna have Ronaldo, so we gonna captain him anyway. Forum says, you said get Ronaldo for Ings and Greenwood for Bruno. I get -2 in the bank. What to do? Oh. See, if you have 2 free transfers for him, then maybe you can get 0.2 from elsewhere, or you could not go for Greenwood and go for some cheaper option. Maybe you could think about going with Ferran Torres. You could think about going with Ismail Assar. You could think about going with Rafinha if he's playing in Game Week 4 as well. So either you can not go with Greenwood, my friend. If I do Jota, then it's -1. Don't worry, my friend. No need to be sad. It's in the game, right? That is what the game is all about. The dreaded 0.1 million is always what we're afraid of. But I'd suggest you to maybe, there's nothing around it. Either you take a hit to compensate the budget, or you just go for a cheaper player. Maybe I'd suggest you to go for Rafinha if you can. Even if he doesn't play in game week 4, I think he's a very good buy for the upcoming game weeks. If you just look at his fixtures, I think he's going to be a fantastic option in these upcoming game weeks. Watford, Newcastle, pretty good option, Rafinha. So if you can't go with Greenwood, maybe Benrahma. If there's many options, bro. So Solomon says, my prophecy: Ronaldo will start against Newcastle, score a hat-trick by 80th minute, and become 40 points captain. Guys, come on, let's not hype it up so much. If he fails, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt us here. So let's not. Forum says, any Wolves players you suggest. Forum, I already talked about this at the start of my stream. The defender which I suggest is Semedo, the midfielder which I suggest is Traore, and the striker is Jimenez. Todd says, Harry Dawson, how about 2 captains in 1 game week chip? That is interesting. I never thought about that, Todd. Right? The ability to have 2 captains. Or maybe the ability to switch captains, right? For example, you could put a captaincy on 2 players, and at the end of the game week, you're allowed to select one of the 2, whichever performs better. That could be interesting, right? Anas says, is a hit worth to bring in Ronaldo? Anas, it depends on which player you are taking the hit for. So if you tell me which 2 players you are considering out, I'll tell you whether it's worth a hit or not. Nail says, Todd, honestly, I think they need to give more importance on selecting the vice captain. 2 times for the captain, 1.5 for the vice captain. That is interesting as well. Or maybe they should give you a choice to either, you can select 2 players, one as the captain, one as the vice captain, but at the end of the game week, they give you the option to either switch your captaincy to the vice captain. Means whichever scores the highest points becomes your captain, or something like that. It could be interesting, I'd say. Captaincy, I think, makes the game too, it sways the game too much. For example, if you have a good game week but your captain blanks, it just, and another player has a bad game week but has a captaincy success, and it almost makes the 2 game weeks equal. I don't like that fact. Trincão's heat map. Oh, I'm sorry, Jugs. I totally forgot. Hang on. We need to show our friend Jug here Trincão's heat map. If you want to see any more heat maps, guys, just let me know and I'll show you. Alright, Trincão is from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Where are you, Sir Trincão? Alright, so if you see Trincão's position is pretty advanced. His heat map, pretty good, I'd say. Very good. 8 shots as well. Let's see. Look at the wow. Look at where he's taking his shots from. Very interesting. Very interesting as well. Very interesting. Touches 133. A lot of touches in and around the box. Not bad. Trincão. Attempted assists. This is not a very good attempted assist. But yeah. We get the basic point, right? So this is the heat map for Trincão. Let's compare that to Traore. Oops. Hang on. Select player 2 and Traore. Let's compare Trincão and Traore. Not too different, are they? Traore is a little bit all over the place. He's more prominent in and around the box. Their average position, yeah, almost similar. Traore is a bit more advanced, yeah. 12 shots. Look at here. How did Traore take all these shots and score no goal? Look at where he took these shots from. How did he not score? How did he not score a goal? It's just gonna be beyond me, honestly. Even Trincão had a few good positions, but Traore was like right in front of goal. One I remember is like 1-on-1 with Lloris. He actually just ran through the defense of Tottenham and then he missed the goal. Let me see if anybody wants Forum says I am a girl gamer. Don't call me bro. Apologies, Forum. I, we're all from different parts of the world. I could not make out from your name. Apologies for that. Harry says, Todd, I like that you can activate at the end of the game week to change your vice captain. Yeah, totally. I like that too. Forum says you suggest me Torres, but you say he's not nailed. The thing is, Forum, nobody from Manchester City except Ederson, Ruben Diaz is nailed on. I, if you bring me anybody who tells you a player nailed on in City, maybe Grealish now, but City players are always going to be a risk. But then it's high risk and high reward, right? Anas says Bruno Ings out for Ronaldo Greenwood, worth the hit. I think so, Anas. Yes, it is. If maybe you were doing the second transfer from maybe Bruno to maybe let's say Allen or somebody like that, I'd say not worth the hit, but this I think is worth the hit. Someone says, what do you think? Difficult year for Arsenal fans? It depends on the run which we are going on now. Soman, let me show you the fixtures. If Arsenal can do well in these fixtures, bro, no worries gonna come to Arsenal. Look at the fixtures. Norwich, Burnley, alright, Tottenham is difficult, but then Brighton, Palace, Aston Villa, and so many home games as well. So if Arsenal can recover their season now, I think we can make a late dash for maybe the Europa League spots, I'd say. I think we're gonna be alright. Trevor is a bad finisher, totally. All fart and no poo. That's one way to put it, Nehal, isn't it? Forum says, what if I keep Bruno and Ronaldo and remove Salah for Jota? The thing is, I thought about that, Forum, but you see here, the fixtures, for example, if you take Bruno and Ronaldo, this fixture is fine. I'm not sure what Bruno is going to do in this fixture, but otherwise, this fixture is fine. But the thing is, if you keep Salah, you get to keep Salah throughout these fixtures. Let me see if you wildcard. No. In my opinion, Ronaldo and Bruno, two premiums from the same team is too much. If I was you, I would go with Salah, especially because generally he has better fixtures. In Game Week 5, Bruno's got West Ham United. Salah's got Crystal Palace at home. Game Week 6, he's got Brentford. Even after that, I think Salah's just got the better fixtures, and he's the talisman of Liverpool. On penalties as well. Bruno Fernandes is not going to be on penalties, and 12 million for a player not on penalties is a bit much in my opinion. That's what I think. Who knows what's going to happen. Todd says, I kind of like your idea to take Jota over Salah. Yeah, you see, if Firmino's not playing and Jota starts in the striker position, that I honestly think that when Jota plays, he diminishes Salah's appeal. Hang on, we've got something on Fix about this as well. This is interesting. All right, so let's see. Let's get Liverpool in here, and I want to show you Salah's performance with and without Jota. Let's see if we can come up with an interesting comparison, right? Player 1 is Salah. Player 2 is Jota. All right. So teammates on the pitch must exclude. No, I need to select player 2 as Salah as well. Sorry, guys. Just give me a second to sort it out. There you go. So with Jota and without Jota. So must include Jota and must exclude Jota. All right. The thing is, I think let's see last season. I think this season is not. I don't think it's right to compare them. Ta-da. All right. How do we change this season? Anyways, this is just 3 games, so it's not the right indication. So without Jota, 1.13 xg or goals, expected goals 0.13, 0.67 shots. I mean, this actually shows that Salah is more potent when he's playing with Jota, but I don't think it's the general case. I need to change the season to 2021 in order to get the Salah with Jota and without Jota, right? You can see here how much minutes? 905 versus 2000. Yeah, the data might be a bit skewed, but let's see per 90 minutes. That would tell us more. So per 90 minutes, when Salah plays with Jota, 0.6 versus 0.66, I don't think that's a big difference. Expected goals the same. Shots, I think Salah takes more shots when he's playing without Jota, but that's a slight bit of a difference. Shots on target again, 1.49, 1.53. Shots in the box, I think there's a bigger gulf in this statistic, 2.69 and 2.97. Goal assists, obviously when he's taking less shots, then he's going to be providing more assists, so the expected assists actually goes up. In this case, shots actually goes down. Attempted assists, as I just said, big chances created again goes up with Jota. So basically we can say that without Jota, Salah has more goal threat and less assist potential, and with Jota on the pitch, Salah has, maybe his goal threat is not so much diminished, but his assist potential actually goes up. So I think Jota playing, and let's see the entire stats. You see here, this is the difference, but the thing is, it's like 900 minutes versus 2000. 6 goals, 16 goals, expected goals 14. Again, doesn't tell the entire story. This, I think, per 90 minutes will tell us a better story. Anyways, guys, so there's lots of things which you can do here at Fix, and I'm gonna keep showing you different features of the website. Anyways, Mon says Pickford or De Gea or Lloris. I think Lloris is going to be my option for long term. Yeah. Nehal says can't say much of a difference to Salah's output with or without. Totally. One reason, Nehal, for this is I think because Salah is on penalties. We can't say the same for Bruno Fernandes. If Bruno was on penalties, I don't think Ronaldo coming to United would have diminished his appeal. I think it would have made him an even better asset. So, Bruno not being on penalties and 12 million, I just doesn't feel right to me. Pratik says Trent, Cody, Ayling, Duffy, Salah, Greenwood, Benrahma, Antonio, Ronaldo and Lukaku. Pratik, that is I don't know. How do you manage to get them all in? Cody, Ayling, Duffy, Benrahma, Antonio. So it's like a 4-3-3, right? I don't know, it looks alright. But it's just, I feel you've got a very, very weak bench, Pratik. I don't think you should be going with 3 premiums, honestly, Either you go with Lukaku or you go with Ronaldo. I don't think you need to go with both. That's my opinion. I think 3 premiums are going to make your bench weak, and they're going to make your team, especially if you're on a wildcard. I would never, ever tell you to go for a weak bench. Because this team is going to be with you until Gameweek 19. You have to plan for the future. Someone says I think they might have to stop the test match for 5-10 minutes to Old Trafford because it's gonna be noisy as hell. Soman, one can tell that you're expecting Ronaldo to explode. Kohan says, can you read my team? Nehal has already posted his team. Thank you so much, Nehal. Jose Sa or Meslier, the best 5 million goalkeeper for wildcard. Totally. I think Sa and Meslier are the best because Leeds and Wolves have the best fixtures, and at 5 million, I don't see any other goalkeeper better than Jose Sa and Meslier. I totally agree with. If I had to go with one, if I'm not going with a Wolves defender, I would go with Jose Sa. By the way, let's read Kohan's team, and we need to get the stream to an end. By the way, guys, I've been streaming for maybe over 1.5 hours. Sanchez, I like that. Shaw, Trent, Semedo, good. Livramento, James, I like the defense so much. You've got Livramento as the enabler, but you've also got Reece James, which I really like. If I had to wildcard, I'd get Reece James. Traore, that's debatable. Benrahma, Salah, Rafinha, no doubts there. Olivier Skip, maybe in place of Skip you can get somebody else. Maybe you can get Sissoko. You can go for Allen. or you could go for Gilmore. Ronaldo, Antonio, Lewin. I'm wildcarding. I I like that. I like that. I like that team a lot. Cohen, you know, maybe I'd possibly change Traore. Other than that, I really, really like that team. Honestly, I wouldn't change anything from that team. Form says Bruno scored a hat trick without a single penalty. Yeah, that was a different game. That was against Leeds. Leeds. I don't know what happens to Leeds when they play against United at Old Trafford. They just concede goals like crazy. FPL Jack says I'm getting sleepy. No worries, my friend. I'm also getting sleepy. I'm gonna have to go soon as well. Todd says goodbye, happy people. Thank you so much for visiting the stream and staying for such a long time, Todd. Don't forget to join the Discord, and I would like to thank you once again for putting your trust and becoming a member of the channel. Happy. Wish you have a good day, Todd. And we here on the other side of the world are gonna be going to sleep soon. Pratik says, okay, benches Allen, Bissouma, and Livramento. That's all right, It's all right, Pratik. 2 enablers in the midfield, but I'd still feel it's just your team is a little bit unbalanced. The defense as well, you've got Duffy in there. You've got Cody, Ayling. You really want to own these defenders. Maybe if you want to go for 3 premiums, then you have to get rid of Trent Alexander-Arnold. But think about it more. I'll be back on my deadline stream as well, so you can talk to me then too as well, Pratik. And if you want more opinions, you should join the Discord. Maybe put your team out there, and there's such nice group of people which can help you as well. Forum says, okay, if I go Ronaldo for Ings and Greenwood for Bruno, as you suggest, I have minus 0.2. Can I do one more transfer and take a -4? Yes, totally. If a -4 saves your wild card, that's worth it, I'd say. I'm Sully says, see you tomorrow, Wiz. See you as well, Sully. Take care, bro. Forum says, I want to thank you for all your help. Will follow you always. See you. Thank you so much, Forum, and take care. Kohan says, what time is your deadline stream? Kohan, it is always mostly 1 hour before the deadline. So I'm gonna be showing you my final team. I'm gonna be showing you my final captaincy, all the moves that I made. And then I'm going to be answering your questions for the rest of the hour. Soman says, I'm going to sign off. Always love your streams, Wiz. We'll join you tomorrow. Take care. Thank you so much, Soman. Take care as well. Pratik says, thanks, Wiz. You're welcome, Pratik. So, guys, with this, we come to an end of the FPL Council, the Council of Wizards. Although it was very interesting and a fun time, it has to come to an end. And on this side of the world, it's already 1 o'clock at night, so I have to go to sleep as well. Even Wizards, sometimes they need to sleep. Just letting you in on a secret. And Nehal says, cheers, Wiz. Thanks for all the help. Genuinely, he raad me. Thank you, Nehal. All thanks to you, my friend. Thank you for staying here for such a long time and being such a valuable member of the community. It's just, I really appreciate it, bro. Buckshot says, bye, Wiz. Peace and love. Same to you, Buckshot. Have a great night, my friend. And so with this, my friends, we come to an end of the FPL Council stream, and I would like to thank every one of you for being here, being a part, being so engaged in the conversations and making the FPL Council a success. So now we declare the FPL Council to be adjourned, and I will see you all on the deadline stream. FPL Visit signing out with a beautiful song for you. Till then, take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye.